I thought I was pausing it. I didn't know I was hanging up. I think I did one too many clicks. That's what I think happened. Let's see if I gotta get that little stand thing. Have a little. Anyways, I'll get back to the question. Oh, damn. Dang, just a little vibration for a little vibration. So I'm just fixing myself some lunch. I fixed this thing. It's like Mexican. Maybe I'll post a picture on here. It looks so good on the box. So good on the box. And then when let's see, I don't think I have, no. Nope. Guess I can use this. It was so good with yogurt. Anyways, yeah, it looked really good on the box. And when I opened it, I said, it does not look like I ordered through the Amazon Fresh. I'll get to the topic, what I was talking about in my life. It was something, you know how you think about something and you're like, oh, this is so funny. I should talk about it. And then you think it's gonna be so funny. And then you deliver it wrong. So that's kind of what happened with me. After I started talking, I'm like, oh, maybe it's not that funny. Maybe it wasn't as funny as I thought. But I'm still gonna tell it because it's helpful information. It's very helpful information. Let's see. I'm trying so many different things. That's gonna have to do for now. Did you tell him, Kari?
Yeah.
Because you guys get in there with that phone and forget there's other people. Hola, what you doing, Mama? You having a good time? Oh.
You okay?
I always forget that the ranch doesn't have a little stopper. She was asleep the whole time. Now that you got home, she's like, oh, I'm up. I'm up.
The other day she went over and sat by the neighbor's door.
Yeah, she did. She actually walked in and stayed. She stayed it freaked me out. I couldn't find her. And then I'm walking down the hallway and I could see her walking around. Nobody was, I don't know where they were. Their door was wide open. It was like, so I don't know if they were just in the room, in the other room or something. It's weird because she'll act scared of the kids. She'll act scared of the kids, but she walked in and was there, so you're not that scared of the kids then. I have this with yogurt the other day. It was so good, but oh no, sour cream. That's what it was, sour cream. The second time I had to have it with yogurt.
Oh, Mom, are you sure? The last time you had cream?
I'm alive. I have to change the taste of the sour, just a little bit. Yeah, it's mainly the lactate milk. Even though it's lactate, it still hurts my body. But yeah, Anyways, I'm getting to it, guys. Hi, hi, hi. I ended up, what does that mean, the crown? That means you guys are like super fans? Because if it means I'm supposed to get paid, I'm not getting no money. Ooh, okay. So, let me see. My plate don't look that as good as the kids. Sweetie, I'm out the kitchen if you need it. Beady beady boo boo. Beady beady. Okay, I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it, guys. I'm getting to it. So, so I was telling you on the other life that I accidentally cut off. And it might be louder in here because I have, well, I had 3 fans on. Now I just got the one. But yeah, so the difference is, as far as like, I'm gonna say it again. Hello, if you're new here, I am very open about my status. I am HIV positive, and I was explaining the difference between AIDS and HIV, and the main difference is your viral load is higher, obviously, but also your T cells, your defense is once it goes below 200 T cells, which are the white cells, the fighters, the ones that fight colds and flus and all kinds of stuff, they get below 250 or 200. That's considered AIDS, and they're able to lock that in. And once they clock you and lock you in that status, they don't go back. They don't go back to HIV. But now, I think 7 years ago, they started thinking, well, maybe we should, because that's not really fair to our database. Like, they just claim they got all these AIDS people walking around healthy, and that's why they pretend like the medicine is okay. We don't have to do anything else. We fixed the problem, right? But what I was thinking about, I saw this video about mosquitoes, and when I was in Florida, I used to get bit a lot, stung a lot, whatever you want to call it. And I used to wonder, like, oh, I must have like some sweet smell. I did wear a lot of cinnamon perfumes, and I even put cinnamon oil in my lotions. I heard that that repels it, but it did leave like a sweet scent. So I was like, well, maybe I made it worse, because I also have vanilla lotions and stuff like that. I'm a fruity girl. I like to smell fruity. And I also like to change my smell. So I was trying to change it to see what affects the mosquitoes, to leave me alone what's most effective. But I used to think that not that it was a good thing, but that it was ooh, I have sweeter smelling skin than my husband at the time, because we would be outside sitting. I have 5 little red things on my legs, and he doesn't have any. And I was like, why is that? I must smell. I smell better than you. I have better blood than you. But then when I saw the video, it said, no, the mosquitoes can smell your pheromones, and they actually are an indicator that there's something wrong with your liver and your kidney. So I was like, wow, that's very interesting. Like, and that makes sense, because I'm still on heavy duty medicine, so I'm sure And I know that because I've done research and I also talk to doctors a lot. And when I used to go to conferences and hear all the information about HIV and this and that, that was one of the things that I noticed. Not so much at the conference that they talk about, because they don't want to discourage people from taking the medicine. They want to like push this medicine. That's the only way. That's the only way. And but seeing and talking to people over time, you see the progression and all the damage that the pills do. And that's the other side of HIV and health. Health period. Like chemo, it's horrible, but people say it helps them overcome cancer and helps them fight. So I guess, it's kind of up to you to take your chances. Um, but yeah, the mosquito thing really, like, I was like, wow, that's interesting. They can smell your firm, not your hormones, your pheromones for miles and miles away, and they're just attracted to certain type. Um, but then another thing popped in my head this morning when I was thinking about that video that I watched last week. That's me. That I'm a Libra. I overthink everything. I was like, that's interesting because I, I don't know why it didn't hit me before, but it's weird that they say you contract HIV through needle and sex because it's, you know, transmitting fluids. But mosquitoes can suck my blood and then go into somebody else and they don't transmit the disease. They don't give you nothing else. Now, besides the ones that supposedly Bill Gates built a long time ago, they're supposed. That's why now we got to get the measles shots again and this and that, blah blah blah. I was like, they cause the problem and then they act like they want to help you, give you a solution, but it's another pill, it's another treatment to keep you under their spell. But all that to say, I am still grateful because now that my body's addicted to the medicine, I have no choice but to stay on the medicine. I used to get off, and whether the doctor wanted me or not, and that's when I felt the best. Like I was working, going to school, I had all this energy. Um, but it does get to a point that your body cannot go without because I took it long enough for the body to get dependent on it. So that's what happens with that. But yeah, I was like, how is that it could sting you, it could sting somebody next to you, and it doesn't transmit it? It's the same stinger. It doesn't sit there and say, oh, let me clean it off, let me spray something on it. Like, it doesn't, it's the same stinger. So how does that not happen? Not that I would want it to happen. It's just interesting. That makes me feel like, did they lie about that too? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Life is interesting sometimes. I don't know. I did have another. It was kind of. This was supposed to be a light joke. Leave it up to me to turn it into an overthinking moment. Um. Oh yeah, you're gonna be blocked, buddy. Let me see. I did not see this. And let me see. Delete this user. Uh, People are so gross. Let's see. How to try. in the comments to see who else I got to block. Hi, Sujin, Alashin. You guys pick some interesting names. I know a lot of people can't say my name though. It's Joa, by the way. My nickname. Okay, somebody say yo. Yeah. Okay, let me see. There was another comment that I need to delete or there. I think I got them all. That's crazy. There's plenty of videos and plenty of free content if you want to get nasty or this or that. This channel is not for that. This channel is just for me to talk about what I'm talking about. It's not sexual. It's not, I'm not taking requests. Like, come on, guys. I'm a mom, and even though I choose not to go to church anymore, I am a Christian, and I know I curse sometimes. I am gonna clean it up though, because obviously some people are getting the wrong idea. The wrong idea. Okay, maybe I need to change my name because I didn't know I changed it to that. Okay, well, also for the people that are curious, I am gonna take a break from, I think I said it already, but just in case I didn't, I was gonna have surgery. It was supposed to happen the end of this month. I had a scan on the 6th of this month, 6th of August. It was a 3-hour scan, but basically they broke it down into 3 sections. But the first thing was 5 minutes. The board was on this side. The board was here, like literally here. And then the board was here for 5 minutes. They gave me some shots, which I don't like taking shots without knowing that I'm getting a shot. So I almost walked out of the appointment then. If I didn't have my oldest son, I probably would have. But I know he would have bullied me into getting back in there or made some kind of sad face. So I got it, and I was like, wait, what is this? Oh, it's just, it helps the machine see all the veins and see the thyroid and the parathyroid behind it, and it helps the machine. So I was like, okay, that's all it does? Yeah, no side effects, no this and that. I'm like, okay, everything scientists do have side effects. Like, I don't know if it's because they don't try to fix or figure out stuff to not give you side effects, or if they just say, okay, it works, we're not going to try anymore, we got to move on to the next thing. I don't know. But either way, I was like, okay. It was fine when I got it. I didn't feel no soreness or nothing in my arm. But then, like after the machine, 5 minutes on each side, that he was like, oh, you can get up, you can take a 45-minute break and, come back. I was like, oh, okay, that was easy. So I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be a breeze. It's not as hard as I thought. Even though when it was right here, I did get a little like, oh, this is it. I mean, I don't think I'm close to fulvic or nothing like that. But that really like made me wonder. Maybe I am. Now after my second kid, I know I developed anxiety, which I didn't have before. I had a normal amount of anxiety before because I've been through a lot, but I was always on survival mode, so I don't think I had the time to develop it until my second kid. I was telling a friend, my daughter actually, I was telling my daughter um, today that, or no, the other day, that, it started when my son was born, and, you have to do runs, store run or grocery runs. And some kids can deal with you going through every aisle and they'll even fall asleep. My second one, not so much. He wanted out of the store. He was, So I used to plan ahead in my head, like, okay, I need diapers, I need this, I need that, da 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 da. And I would just go to those aisles, rush, get whatever I need. I memorized the aisles of wherever I was going, the Fred Meyers or Safeway or whatever. And I would do that. And then I started not wanting to go shop for clothes with the kids because it was the same thing. Like I couldn't have them try on anything. I barely could have him, go in there, buy an outfit or two, and have to leave. Before him, I used to go to the mall, go to every store, or if we were walking, we walked from the house all the way downtown. I walked around with my oldest. He was around 2 or 3. He was able to handle that walk. Now looking at the walk, I'm like, that was crazy but of course, if he was too tired, we would take the bus home, or that's when I was younger and stuff. I could do all that. But my youngest, no, no. So I started to feel like, let me get this, get that. And that's when I learned, a few years later, I started just shopping online because I was like, I don't even, like, it wasn't enjoyable anymore to go shopping. I was already not that great with shopping for myself. I would just get 1 or 2 outfits here and there. But then when he came, it was even worse. Like, I didn't. And now it's really hard for me to, like, go and really enjoy or, like, stay for hours looking around and think about, do I really need this? So I end up buying stuff that I don't need because I'm rushing out the door. And I just, oh, this look good, this look good, oh, yeah. And then I get home and it's like, why did I buy this? Like, I told myself I was going to get myself a birthday outfit. Ended up walking out of the store with like 7 different things. Now, I'm not a big spender, so it wasn't an expensive store. It was like Ross or something. But when I got home, I'm like, I bought one poncho one time when I was thinner, and it looked good, it felt good. The second time I wore it, I'm like, it doesn't really work. Like with a purse, it's like get in the way, and it's all like. But for my birthday, I bought 2. Like, I love autumn, fall weather and theme, like the colors. So I bought a lot of brown stuff. A couple of months later, when depression hits, I'm like, why did I buy so much brown stuff? I need bright color stuff. Like my eyes need to see color for me not to fall into depression and stuff. And so yeah, I'm trying to get back to myself. And one thing that I did start doing is, and I think that this is okay, so let me get back to the thyroid thing. The scan was horrible. First of all, the doctor was a mess. Like, he didn't even try to be, sometimes it's hard, because sometimes I like male doctors because they'll give it to you straight. But a lot of the times, I don't like them because they don't know nothing about menopause, premenopause, period, cramps, this and that. So if you say, "Oh, I'm in pain," da da da, they just think you're bitching. Like they just think you're making up stuff, or they look at you like, "What? You don't look like." So, anyways, the second scan after we came back from eating and stuff was he was like, "Okay, first we're gonna do the 7 minute scan and then 20-minute scan on each side." And I'm thinking, okay, like last time, he's gonna let me up, he's gonna let me get down, stretch my legs, and then at it again. Nope. Nope. And he wasn't even near me for me to say, like, "Oh my God, can I get another blanket? I'm freezing." Because the air was blowing from both sides. So when the skin was here, this arm was freezing. And of course, and then when the skin was there, but then when it was here, that 20-minute, the 5 minute one was making me like, oh, okay. And then my son says, when I told him about it, he's like, "Why don't you just close your eyes?" Well, it's very easy to say that. And then when you're in it and you're actually having an anxiety or panic attack, whatever it was, it's another story. Like, something happened. I started shaking. I hear the bed rattling. I see the doctor's shadow like walking back and forth. He doesn't even check on me. He doesn't even say, "Are you okay? Do you need to stop?" Nothing. Nothing. And then on top of that, like after laying there and you like my back was killing me. They did have like some leg raise thing, but it was too small. Like it's obvious that they're dealing with white people or people that don't have butts because my back was still arched, so that means back pain. So I kept trying to slide my legs up to flatten my back and hoping that that would help it, um, you know, hurt less. So it worked a couple of times, but then your legs get tired. After the 7 minutes, he came in. I heard ding, ding, ding. And I'm thinking he's doing the ding, ding, ding to raise the machine and let me out for a sec. Nope. The machine just went. Vroom. I was like, what? And then even though there's the X-ray flat thing is here, there's something above you, there's something over here. So you can't really see, and you can't stay. You're strapped in, so you can't move your arm like if nothing is itching. That's why I'm like, dang, he didn't even check on me to see if I needed to scratch my head or nothing. And I thought to myself, what's over? I mean, that's really a brutal scam. That should tell the doctor what she needs to do or where she needs to. She was worried about my vocal cords, so not to cut them by mistake or whatever. So she just wanted to make sure she got a full view of what's going on in my neck. And I'm thinking, well, that should be plenty. There's a 5 minute scan, a 7 minute scan, and a 20-minute scan. And my son had to help me get up and out of the thing. The bed was pretty high up. They had no step stools, they had nothing. And I was in tears. Getting up, like this scan was more painful than my C-section, I promise you. And then I get a call from the the office of the surgeon. That oh no, I get a message. I think I talked to somebody that works there in financial, and he's like, "Oh, what? How did it go?" I'm like, "You know what? I'm done. I'm done with this bull. Like, If the doctor wants to treat me, or the Fred Hutch wants to treat me like I'm some other number, I can just deal with whatever consequences come from this, because, like, before they knew it wasn't cancerous, they treated me totally different. It's like babying you. Oh, let's walk you over here, okay? And da 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 da. And once they knew it wasn't cancerous, they're like, okay. They just get online, make your appointments for you without talking to you. And so I had a mammogram coming up like the 13th or something. And once after 40, you're supposed to get them every year. I think I started at 43. I'm 45, so I started kind of late. And that's another test that they have no freaking mercy. They just put you on there, squeeze. I don't know what Evelyn Bussard, maybe she didn't feel it because she had plastic inside and a bubble. They squeeze the heck out of your tetas. Like, they act like the theta is not attached to your body. And some of those nurses that do those scans, they're not gentle. They don't ask you how you doing. They don't. And if you dare move, or you dare to say, hey, that really hurts, they just be like, oh, we're almost done anyways. Da-da-da. No sympathy, no mercy, no nothing. And I'm not saying I want to be treated like a baby, but I just, like, out of all the things that you built, scientists built, and whoever builds machines like that, you build rockets to go to space, supposedly, submarines to go under, but you can't build a machine that just cups around your boobs and just holds it. Like, we gotta have them flatten it like it's a pancake. It's a horrible experience. I think I'm gonna take a break from that too. I'm gonna take a couple of breaks from everything, because it's just too much. And then energy. I don't have, like, I'm getting better and I can feel my energy getting up the last month or so, off and on. I've started taking this, I saw, and I'm not saying it's a miracle. I'm not saying that it will work for everybody. But I'm starting to wonder if that's the reason that they told me they need another scan. They didn't say how long the scan was. They didn't say what the name is. Am I going to have to get another shot for that? Because if so, I'm not doing no more scans. I'm not letting them put more chemicals in my body. And I don't know what the long, ever since they gave me the shot, my shoulders have been like hurting, like off and on. It hurts to like, I should have just had it on my left shoulder. Um, because, this is my writing hand and I can't afford anything to happen. But the insensitive part comes in. They have this chart, my chart. A lot of the hospitals are using that crap, and it's once I was in it for a little bit, and it was actually very helpful. I could leave messages for my doctors. I could see upcoming appointments. I could set appointments. I could cancel appointments. But it locks me out off and on. It locks me out. Then you gotta get on the phone. It's like customer service. You gotta get on the phone for an hour or two, reset the password. They act like you're breaking into the FBI server or something. They act so secretive. It's so weird. It's just like, it's just my chart. Like, I'm not trying to get 20 people's social security. Like, why do you act so secretive about something that I need to log into? So, anyways, I just left it alone. But what they did that really pissed me off and really sent me over to say, forget all this. Um, I had a mammogram on the 13th. It was scheduled for like 1:30 or 2 or whatever. These suckers, I want to say another word, but these suckers set up an appointment for 5 o'clock the same day that I had that mammogram appointment. And I'm like, first of all, after the mammogram, you don't want to be touched. You don't want to be seen. You just want to go home and rest and relax your tetas because it hurts. It hurts. I don't know. Whoever says it doesn't hurt, you must have a cup size. And I don't know how they test those. Because the way that they pull them and stretch them out on the flat and try to flatten it like a pancake, I don't know. You can't tell me that that doesn't hurt. So I was like, so when I talked to the nurse that was going to be there with the doctor for the surgery, I was like, we're going to have to cancel that because who has energy to do 2 major appointments? First of all, I don't even know what type of scan I'm getting. Second of all, I didn't even know I needed, the doctor ordered that second scan because nobody calls you. Third, who says I got the time or the energy or like it's in my chart how many things I'm dealing with that sucks the energy out of me. Plus, I'm 26 years in. Like, I wasn't a complainer and I wasn't an emergency room person. I had energy. I think half of the time I blame Kirk. I blame the East Side. I really blame Kirkland for kind of making my health decline even more than, because when I lived anywhere else, my health was like my numbers weren't great, but I was living life. I was full of life. And this whole weight gain, and I think it came with the depression of being in a city. I don't understand the school district to this day. I've been out here for almost 10 years. I just had to let my kids finish school because I was moving too much with them. And I felt bad that my oldest has a different school name on his school pictures for until 7th grade or until, well, they go from 8th grade to high school, so that's another change. But it was in the same district, so I was like, I felt so bad when I realized that. That's the only reason. I wanted to move 1 month after landing in the stupid place. Mm-mm. But between feeling stuck here and not really finding a real community like I always do anywhere I go, um, yeah, it was so between your mind has a lot to do with your health. Like if your mind is like if your mood is low and you're down a lot, it affects your health. And I seen it a lot. I seen it firsthand, and now I experienced it. Like I really know it's a real thing. Like if you are feeling good about yourself and life, no matter what the numbers say, no matter what the charts say, like you're good, you know. You just gotta keep yourself keep yourself going. So yeah, I don't know. I may just say, I'm gonna try harder to do my one of my favorite chapstick. It's almost gone. I gotta get more print. Oh, this is the vanilla Coca-Cola. I know sometimes people see. That's why I'm doing it rough, because it's almost gone. I feel like my lips are really chapped right now. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna take a break from all that because I'm thinking, well, it's the thyroid drops that I'm doing. They're like little drops. So I just do a full syringe every day. And I only been doing it for a month. They've been testing me for cancer. First it was one of my breasts. They found a lump. So it was, I've been doing this for 3 years now. Then that lump went away. So, but before it went away, they found out it wasn't cancerous. So I was like, okay, good. Then they found the parathyroid, which is 4 glands behind your thyroid. You have 4 of them. One was enlarged. They found that out through a, neck ultrasound. So I'm like, so if you could see that with an ultrasound, you couldn't see what you needed to see with the 3-hour torture scan. That's what I'm calling it. That's torture scan. So, and plus, some nurse there told my information. My my foster sister's friend told her when I was going. I was like, okay, now I don't even feel. I was already a pain in the butt trying to go do this appointment, but now I don't feel comfortable. Who's to say that this girl is not looking at my chart, looking at all my info? Like, I don't even know this chick, and she's telling my business. So how she know that I talk to them? But either way, um, yeah, I'm just gonna let God, let God deal with it. I'm not. I'm gonna see the specialist at Harborview. I really like her, but I'm meeting with her every 3 months, and I was trying to see her earlier to see what maybe she could explain the scan that I have to do, and get me more comfortable, prepare me for it, because if I need to bring a blanket, a pillow, something to arch my back, like, I'll do that, but the shop thing was, that was something I wasn't expecting. And I did have a reaction that, oh no, there's no reaction, blah, blah, blah. Man, I look like I have red spots and purple spots. I saw my brains all purple, which that, okay, it's supposed to raise your veins and your whatever, arteries and all that crap. But I'm like, the red spots look like I'm having an allergic reaction. And then he had the nerve, my son, bless his heart, you're not supposed to ask for pain meds because they think you're a pain pill popping person. But he saw me crying when he was lifting me, and he's like, "Oh, do you have something for pain?" That I was like, "Papa, don't worry about it." Like, I had something with me, but um, they didn't even have Tylenol. So I'm like, so if I had another reaction, what were you gonna do? Send me to pharmacy and let me wait 2 hours while this crap is affecting me? You don't have nothing for a reaction? Like, I just, sometimes, like, yeah. Anyways. Oh, I don't know what happened. But how are you guys doing? I see this comment stop, so that means that the bad comments that AYUSH made blocked all the rest of the comments. Thanks a lot, buddy. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, do you guys trust and do everything that your doctor tells you? I've always been stubborn, and I wish that I would have been true to myself at the beginning, because if I didn't start the medicine when they told me to start, and I would have learned through working at Babes, seeing the different people, I probably would have went the natural route, and then my body would have responded a lot better to that, because once it gets used to this harsh treatment, it's really hard to get off. And I did it for a few times, and I was successful with it. Whether the doctors want to agree with me or not, because when you go the the natural way, you can look at numbers. You can let them scare you with like, oh, da, 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 da. It's like whatever. If you feel whatever and you're being safe and this and that, that's, and of course all my partners knew and know about my status. I was never like, I only had one incident. I was scared to tell the person after my son's old, his dad, the oldest one. I was talking to somebody and we met, and I usually, have friends for a long time or for a while after that. Before I tell, even now, like, I want to talk to somebody for a long time before I even tell them, like, oh, look, this is what. I'm open with everybody, but with that, you know, after my husband, I actually started doing the opposite. I started telling people right away, because it does hurt. Like, you get to know somebody and you see what it could be, and then you tell them, and some people will try to treat you like you're a second choice, second best, or like that you don't matter as much anymore. And it's like, wait, what? You think I'm going to sit here and let you make me feel that I'm not good enough, or I have to work for your love because of this? Like, nah. You know, I've always believed that my heart is big and I know what I bring. I hate the whole bring to the table crap, but I know what I give somebody when I care about them. Anybody. Like, I just kind of reconnected with my daughter, and she has a baby and she's coming hopefully soon. And so she's getting a taste of that. Like, anybody that's been with me, especially after I started working, when I was broke or not working, it was a different story. But I would always, even if I couldn't buy something, my love language, like, I love to give. But a lot of people take advantage of that. So I do see that, and I give people a chance. If I, like my sisters, family, if I really do love them, I'll give them a chance to get it right, get straight. If I see that they're still acting like I don't know, that that I know, then, it's cut time. It's cutting time. And I have no problem cutting. Like, I'm used to it. It hurts. I'm not like a cold hearted person. I'm very warm, very, But if if we can't even have a friendship and you just want to use me or take, yeah, no, it's time to go. But anyways, how's your Sunday going? I really want suggestions on, if you listen to a pastor on the computer or whatever online, let me know who you listen to, because I used to listen to Joyce Meyer, and I used to listen to the Transformation Church. I do rotate him in and out. He sometimes gets to be too much for me, too much sass. But I do like his messages. They always hit. And Joyce Meyer, of course, always hit. And there was a guy that I used to watch, like an older white guy. Um, but I do, I miss, It's hard for me to go to church now after Florida because once I saw what Pembroke Baptist Church had to offer, how people were there, how welcoming they were, and how at home I felt, it's really hard to feel that anywhere else. I see more the fakeness now. I see people just doing numbers in their heads. Oh yeah, come join. The last one I went to was a mixed church. It's kind of white because it's on the east side, but it is mixed. I see other people there too. And I was ready. I was ready to join. I was so motivated. Like, yeah, this year I'm going to do it. This was the beginning of this year. And I went in, and we went into like what they call, I forgot what they call it, but it's basically for new people that want to join. And I was so excited. And my table was cool and everything. One of the ladies was like, "Oh yeah, we have a Bible study and blah blah blah." And I was like, "Oh yeah, sign me up. I'm sign my kid up for Bible study or youth group and da da da." And because a person that I knew from my son's school goes to that Bible study, the lady said, "Oh, this person says hi." And I'm thinking to myself, who? Like, over the last 5 years or whatever, I can't remember half of the names that I met out here or whatever. I don't know if it's the premenopausal or whatever, but I didn't remember right away. It was until they wouldn't let me join. They were like, "Oh, we gotta ask the group, da da da." And I'm like, because we have a lot of people in the group and we don't know. And I was like, huh? So I'm just glad that God is not like people. I'm glad that Jesus wasn't like people. Because if people were the ones deciding who was safe and who was in and who was out, a lot of us would be messed up. A lot of us would be messed up. Like I was telling one of my kids the other day, I said, thank God I'm not a Catholic anymore because according to Catholic faith, I'm going to hell. Like my stepmom didn't bother to baptize me. I don't. If they did, I never saw pictures. I see pictures when I went to their house. I saw pictures of my sister's baptism outfits and baptism photographs, and my brother and first communion. So when you're a Catholic, once you make your first communion, it's like your dedication to God. But as a baby, you're supposed to dedicate the baby, and the godparents, they put the water on the bed, and or the priest does it. I don't know, but they're there. I'm like, I had godmom that I never met. I had a godfather staring in my face the whole time. Did not know he was my godfather. And I don't think that they ever did the whole ritual thing. And what's it called? The first communion. I think you do that around 8, 9, 10. My sister was born when I was 10. So I think they're just like, you know what? Forget it. Like, it's too much money. We got to think about her sister's first birthday. So they started saving up for that. And I was the forgotten child. So I'm just glad, I'm really glad that it's not up to people whether you're safe or not, whether you're going to hell or heaven, or, your soul is okay and you're a good person, because they consider you not a good person if you're not doing all that and repenting and going to the little pastor's or priest's booth and confessing your sins every time. I'm like, then everybody should be there all day, every day. Because the Bible says if you even think it, you already did it. So sometimes some of the religious stuff gets on my nerves because it's like that don't even make sense. Like, why do you have all these rules, but then you have people dictating whether you can join a Bible study or not? It's like, what? I I wanted to say get the out of here, but I was like, no, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Maybe that's a sign that I don't need to be a part of it. Maybe that's a sign that I wouldn't be able to join as much or whatever. So don't even worry about it. I say you can keep your membership. And then I never went back to the church, but the church, there's a lot of good people there and there's a lot of good things that happen there. So I think, it's not it's not Pembroke, but for the time being, before I get to somewhere where I could go to a black church again, um, I think I'm gonna give it another try. I'm just not gonna get too friendlies with the fake people because it's like, can I just go to church for the sermon and God and not the fake people? Like, can I do that? And how do I say, get out of my face in a nice way? Like, how do I say, don't talk to me, I just want the coffee? No, the coffee people are always friendly. The coffee and snack people are like, hey, this and that. I can see myself, like, if my health keeps improving, I can see myself getting involved. The main reason I know it would be good for my kids, like, there's a lot of programs, they get involved in the community. And I think, my kids can get involved and kind of grow on their own and go on their own. Like, I don't want them stuck in the hope uh, bubble like they seem to be right now. Like, my oldest is obsessed with them. And I'm trying to help him outgrow that. Like, the world is big, and right now he's in this bubble. And yeah, it's mainly because of me, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I don't know. We'll get there. But anyways, I basically wanted to talk about the mosquito thing, and then it turned into all this. Oh, top fans, that's what it is. Oh my God. So Cosmo, you're my second tops fan and my third tops fan. Oh wow. That's so cool. Thank you guys. That makes me feel good, makes me feel loved. I did think about I wrote some more story times in the book that I was doing like in order. So I might come back. Oh, I got a juicy. Oh my God. I'm so scared to ask questions now because it's like my life cannot be anything else but a super novella. It can't even be a regular novella. My life is a super novella. I swear to you. Next time, I'm not gonna say Saturday night because that seems to be hard for me. I think I'm gonna start doing Wednesdays. I'll post around the time, maybe Wednesday after dinner or lunch. We'll see. But yeah, I got a juicy one for you guys. I'm gonna get the rest of the story. I'm gonna ask the finishing touches to the story so I can call and tell you guys. My God. I swear, oh my goodness. Yeah, this one is gonna be a juicy one. Well, tune in. I'm gonna write it down and set an alarm because I do not want to let you guys down. I'm gonna tell you that story sometime on Wednesday, so be on the lookout for me on Wednesday. Today is Sunday. Have a good one. Oh, like. I see one person like it. Come on. Let me get two. Let me get three. I say my favorite number is 8, but if we can even get 5 likes, can we get 5 likes, please? Before the if I get 8 likes, I will do it the minute that I notice it's 8 likes. I will do the story right then and then. How about that? 8 likes. You guys can do it. There was a lot of people watching. Come on. Anyways, like, share if you care, comment, and I will see you on Wednesday. But if I get more than 8 likes, I will be back that day. All right. Bye. Bye bye. Bye. I should do a filter next time.